Welcome everyone to our Spring 2021 virtual cocktail party. I'm Deb Sermon and I'm going to be the hostess tonight. We're going to be seeing a lot of different areas of Greenland. We'll hopefully be able to show you some spring gardening tips, some new fashions, a little bit on planting, and many other things. I wanted to start tonight just by showing you a little bit of an area that you don't normally get to see at Greenland because it's our growing greenhouses where it smells magnificent and the warmth of the sun feels incredible. I wish you could all be back here with me right now, but we'll show you on film and I hope that you enjoy tonight. We're going to start tonight off on our beautiful Branches patio. Branches, of course, due to COVID, the indoor dining has had to close temporarily, but our patio is a wonderful place to get some beautiful meals and fresh air. And Sharon, my co-host tonight, is here joining us. Sharon, cheers!
Cheers!
We're here again. How long has it been since we've done one of these?
It's been a year, so different format again, but nice to be outside in the sunshine, and can't say enough about the Branches patio. What a great place to have a cocktail and a bite to eat.
Yes, as we start getting into the season, of course, it's going to have beautiful flowers all around it and evergreens right now. We're mostly concerned about getting some heat and a little bit of wind resistance, but what is the key to Branches, of course, is the food. And as we work our way in towards Sharon's area, I just want to stop and take a quick peek at some of our favorite dishes that we're up and serving, and going to show you some tonight. Well, my cocktail of choice tonight was a mojito because we have a beautiful large plant growing in the greenhouse that they could make up a wonderful cocktail for us. And it smells wonderful, but what smells even better is what I'm showing you here. It's our molcajete bowl. It's one of our flavor favorites in Branches. It actually was originally, we found this recipe when we were in a restaurant in Puerto Vallarta, and not only did we bring home the recipe that the chef shared with us, but also the original lava bowls. It's bubbling deliciousness with shrimp and steak and just everything that's so savory. And of course, our wonderful pizzas. Wood-fired pizzas are always our most popular. We have a bacon and mushroom, we have the Italiano. And with these ones, we have a secret recipe for our crust. It's based out of Italy. We brought these recipes home, and I have to say our chefs have replicated it to perfection. Myra, you've done another excellent job. I think that the food that we're making here is absolutely delicious, and certainly invite you to come in and enjoy the patio, enjoy some of our flavor favorites. So before we go over to meet with Sharon and she'll show us a few fashions, I had to stop over in our spring gardening area because this is the area where we get so many questions. What can I do to my grass right now? How can I repair my lawn? What sorts of things do we have to basically achieve before we start greening up? Thankfully, we have some great videos on our website at greenlandgarden.com, and it is getting your yard ready for spring. It's actually our full course that we used to do in person that we have on YouTube, as well as we have a dog repair video. So there is a lot of information that we can offer you that way. But today I just want to show you a couple of really quick things. I think one of our biggest questions is, what do I do with my grass because my dog peed all over it and it's all yellow? We have a couple of products at Greenland that are exclusive to us that actually work really, really well. With the problem with dog spots is that there's a lot of salts that damage that grass, and we have a product called Salt Stopper. Basically what it does is you scratch up the old dead grass, you put this down, you water, and this effectively moves the salts out of the area so that we can reseed into that area. If you put grass down straight onto urine area, it won't germinate. And then we have another product called Revive and Thrive that basically has dehydrated compost and grass seed, so all you have to do is sprinkle it down in that damaged area. As you water, the compost puffs up and it helps basically germinate with the grass seed. I always throw a little bit of soil underneath and on top just to make sure that it's got a good grab onto good soil. The other thing we always talk about is fertilizer, and the one thing I want to recommend is always use a spring fertilizer with a higher middle number. So our favorite is the Scott's Turf Builder Starter, and the numbers on that are 24. That 24% is nitrogen, helps make it nice and green, but the key is 25% phosphorus. That phosphorus will help in root development. It'll help repair your grass from the winter. So it is a really good one to use. We also have a great selection of organic fertilizers. So if you're not wanting to go synthetic slow release, you can go to organic. But we don't have enough time to go through all of those today. I just wanted to give you a snippet of some great products that I think will be very helpful in your yard this spring. Well, we've made our way over to the fashion area. This is actually just one of the areas of our fashion, and Sharon has brought in a beautiful selection this year. We wanted to just show you a few special things, and Sharon, I'm just so excited to see everything so new here.
Yeah, what a great way to enjoy our cocktail with all this beautiful fashion and the girls. We just finished our virtual fashion show a few weeks back, which was a huge success. So we're receiving product weekly, and I just wanted to point out a few new things that we got in this week. So I've got Stacy and Lynn here.
Perfect.
So I'm gonna ask Stacy to come in. Stacy's wearing a new dress from Patio, this printed dress with a tie waist, and it's got a little peek hole in the just in the right below her neckline, and a little Charlie B white denim jacket. I'm going to have you take the jacket off, Stace, and just show them it's a little high-low in the front and the back. Really nice and light and summery, comfortable. And I picked the white denim jacket because of the white tassels in the dress, the detail of the dress. Thanks, Stacy. Next, I'm going to have Lynn come in. And Lynn is wearing a linen outfit from a company called Habitat. And it is a cotton linen blend. The pants have a little front slit at the cuff at the bottom in the front. And just a really nice little Aztec print and fun buttons on the back. They've got this little stripe oval button, which is really fun. Comfortable and clothes to live in, that's their slogan. Really, really nice light summer outfit, Lynn. Thank you. You know, this is also an outfit by Habitat. Same print, just in the black, and a shorter linen pant with a little tie detail at the ankle. And of course the dress there, that's in the same print as Lynn's top that she was wearing. Deb's fun floral dress is from Artex. Great little company. It's got some stretch, very similar fabric to our Simply product, and it's got that fun tropical leaf pattern on it, and that's why I chose that for tonight, just because of our cocktail party.
It's really light, very comfortable.
Very, very comfortable. Yeah. I'm wearing an outfit, a company we carry called Angela Mara. This lightweight celery colored sweater is really, really thin and comfortable. I've got a bamboo tank top underneath, which pulls down nice and low for that layering effect. And of course, our famous Charlie B jeans with this little ruffle at the cuff. The jeans come in a variety of colors and styles here. And then an Angela Mara top over here, again in the coral. And that's it for our fashion.
Okay, what we're going to do is just move over into our garden and home decor area.
Yeah, for sure.
We've moved to the main area, and it's like the pièce de résistance. I always say that when we walk into the store, Sharon creates such beautiful displays. They're incredibly inspiring. So this is what you're seeing when you come into Greenland, and this is, Sharon, not only indoor decor, it's also for the outside.
Yeah, we always change up our store seasonally when you come into the entrance of the store, and right now it is garden decor, but I always mix in some home decor with our garden decor. So I just wanted to point out a few of my favorite things and the trends in home decor and garden for this season.
Sounds perfect.
Yeah. Obviously we have a great selection of garden statuary in the store. I've got the little frogs here. Some beautiful textured cushions. This is almost like a needlepoint, the old-fashioned needlepoint in this beautiful dragonfly. And when I say I incorporate it with home decor, we have a new selection of some great furniture, modern streamlined furniture in our greenhouse outside of branches that everyone should check out. It's absolutely amazing, and it is weatherproof and can be put outside. So this is just one example of that.
Yeah, very trend forward.
Our star jars are always a hit in the summer. You can put that on a patio. They light up. They're just fabulous for a little piece of decor on your patio. And the pots, the gold pots. Gold is a really trend right now. That pot can be hung or it can be placed on a tabletop. And I've got our everlasting maidenhair fern in those pots. We have the best selection of everlasting plants, I think, in the city. They're just so real-like.
Well, that's the thing, is that we're horticulture garden based. So when we go shopping, we know what the real ones are supposed to look like.
Exactly.
And a lot of these people will touch and say, oh, is this real or is it artificial?
Artificial.
And we're very proud to say, no, you don't ever have to do anything with it if you want to put it in a spot where you can't put a real plant.
Exactly, Deb. Yeah. So I think we'll move to the back now and just show you a few of my favorite things at the back of this display. So moving to the back of this display, it really shows you where I incorporate home decor with garden decor, from our mirrors, beautiful artwork here on the wall with botanics, and some beautiful ceramic vases from Mexico. One of my favorite things this season for a garden decor are these beautiful terrariums. I've placed some copper mini lights in here. You could put plants in here, but I've lit it up, and this would be a great accent piece to your patio table. Really warm and cozy back here. It really makes you want to feel like you want to have a cocktail.
Now we're enjoying our cocktails in one of my favorite parts of Greenland. It's basically how we started. It's our greenhouse. And Jillian's with us today. She's one of our plant stylists. We call her the Leafy Lady. And she has come up with some great ideas for us to basically transform a regular houseplant into a wonderful pot. So Jillian, cheers. Get that little sip in before you get your creativity going.
Okay, so we're gonna chat a little bit about palms first. So things like palms, they add a little bit more drama to an outdoor pot or to your indoor pot versus something like a Dracaena spike. Especially in these grand entranceways, you wanna get some of that volume and some of that height. So things like the Majesty palm that we see indoors can definitely move its way outdoors. Also, this lovely little light, airy one called a pygmy date palm also works beautifully as a centerpiece. You just want to watch when you are moving the tropical plants outside that you do it in a gradual manner. They like bright light when they're inside, but when you're moving outside, we have to remember that the light becomes more intense. So most of our tropicals that love the sunshine in our homes want to be in a bright, lower light location when we do move them outside. Things like crotons, they add a real big punch to any sort of display. In our home, again, this would be in a really sunny location, but it's going to thrive really well in a lower light place in your outdoor decor.
I think that a lot of people actually don't even realize that they can use houseplants in their outdoor pots. I mean, they come from the tropics where it doesn't freeze. Yep. So almost any plant that you would use as a houseplant can be used. There's just some specific ones that have broader foliage and just look a little better.
Yeah, for sure. Like the elephant ears, the bananas, they're beautiful. And also, don't be afraid to bring them inside afterwards and use them for height and something dramatic in your household afterwards. So they're something that you truly can enjoy year round.
And then you have a few of your favorites that we just wanted to feature on your cart.
Yeah, these ones are a little bit more traditional. So these would be like our pot fillers that we're going to put in our outdoor pots. So my colors are a bit earthy. just make sure we don't spill that. Ooh, so I like sort of earth tones. I get a lot of the pop from foliage in my yard. I love this sort of chartreuse color and this sort of, what is that, sort of a rust?
Yeah, that's in the
Like
centennial geranium, the
Yeah, the
Vancouver
Vancouver
centennial
centennial.
geranium. It's actually not known for its flower at all. It's known mostly for foliage.
Yeah, and the flower is a nice little hot orangey corally color that it dances above the foliage, so it is a pretty little delicate thing that adds interest as well. And it's just, you know, it's just so fun to play with these tones. They go with anything. You can add sort of this celosia here that's super velvety. These love a lot of sun. What else? You could play off those tones with some of our
Coleus? Yeah.
Coleus, right.
Yeah, we have so many varieties of Coleus, and there are many sun-tolerant varieties, so they'll grow in the shade or the sun. And then your height, of course, is the Thunbergia. This is one that we sell out of every year. We grow it and we can't seem to get enough of them, and they come in several colors. So it is one that I would recommend if you're wanting, maybe pick them up early. They grow up a trellis to several feet high and do not stop blooming as long as you're taking care of it the right way all summer long.
And the hummingbirds and butterflies love them.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a nice way to attract.
And then we also have, just quickly, the bromeliad and
the Spirengii fern, which I love because everyone thinks ferns just go in low light. This little fellow keeps a lot of moisture within the bulbs and its roots, and it can handle a little bit of heat. So you can get that delicate fern-like thing even in a sunny area.
so we have all of these plants, of course, available at Greenland. We grow a lot of our own, but we also have YouTube videos, and actually I think you've done some of them where we show you how to actually take plants and put them in a container. So just go to greenlandgarden.com and container gardens, and you'll be able to get the tips on what soils to use, what kind of drainage, and
Even
all those
placing
other
them
things.
together like the...
And the placement of them, exactly. Okay, so we're off into the perennial area right now. We've made our way into our pot room. It's just outside of our annual greenhouse, and it actually is a great place to stop in to see some great containers that we have in all different colors. They're lightweight. There's gorgeous golds and browns and blacks. And Jillian, what you've done is you've brought us a selection of plants that actually are perennials and annuals that we can use in a pot. And of course, they'll be treated as an annual, and if you wanted to make it live, you'd have to put it in the ground in the wintertime. But lots of times people forget that they can put perennials in pots and you still get that beautiful bang of foliage.
Exactly. So the perennials that we have in this pot, first of all, when I saw this pot, I was just like, ooh, I know it can go in there. It's so, so pretty. So of course, again, we've got the Vancouver Centennial and the two little coleus that pick up on each other. Then we have this beautiful autumn fern, is that correct? Yes, autumn fern, a ligularia, and finally the Strigis gold clematis. Joe's right there. I'm trying not to murder the language. Anyways, so yes, so the ligularia is a beautiful perennial. I have them all throughout my yard. This clematis can grow in part shade and full sun. It's absolutely outstanding. It fills everything. It'll be a beautiful thing to climb inside a pot. And each one of these colors just really marry together so well, and they will do beautifully in your yard to enjoy for years to come.
Okay, well, I think what we're going to do is move on to Joe. He's going to point out some of his favorite new perennials or some perennials. So thanks, Jillian. You've shared a lot. Your knowledge is so immense when it comes to styling, and anybody who's coming into Greenland, if you see Jill, just grab onto her because she'll give you the advice that you need.
And I enjoy it. Yeah.
Well, Joe, I think you'd agree with me that we've saved the best for last.
Absolutely.
Cheers.
Cheers to spring.
This is our first and probably only cocktail we'll have together for the next, who knows, 6 months, but we're really happy to be here today. And perennials, as many people know, are the ones that come back year after year, but it's not just a small selection. Joe probably brings in one of the best selections that we've seen anywhere in Western Canada for sure. So I've asked him to give us a quick preview of some of his favorites that he's got in stock right now. It changes very quickly, doesn't it?
It does,
Yes.
yeah. And you know, it's really difficult to narrow it down for me because there's so many great plants, but we'll kind of go through. So the first thing I want to start with is peonies. So we have easily, I think, the best selection of peonies probably anywhere in Canada, to be honest with you. 120 varieties on offer this year. I just picked a couple really special ones here to show off. So we have the fernleaf peony, which is one of the most sought after peonies. It's so unique because it grows shorter and it gets this super finely cut foliage, beautiful double ruby red flower on it. So it's nice for a rock garden, the front of a border, and it's so hardy and easy to grow. This one here is lemon chiffon, very rare double, like fully double, yellow, highly scented flower. And this is a highly guarded plant from the cut flower trade, so that's why they're so hard.
Right, and they are pricier. I mean, our peonies start at $20 up to $100 depending on the rareness of them. And we have a lot of collectors who do shop here for these. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can come and check out all the different varieties that we have. The next one here is the bitter root, and we have a great selection of these, but you know, a lot of people grow succulents indoors. You can also grow succulents outdoors, hardy succulents that require almost zero care, and look at the color on that.
And when will that bloom here?
This blooms in May and June, and then they'll sporadically rebloom later in the summer. So
Perfect.
yeah, gorgeous.
And your blues.
Oh, gentians. You have to love gentians. True blue is such a difficult color to come by in the perennial garden. So you have everything from these sort of, you know, dark blue flowers to the sort of paler blues like this. Just stunning. And we even have a rare white form, which is this EP white. So just fabulous. And these are really good for the rock garden, sun or partial shade. So just forms a low mat of beautiful color in the spring. The last couple that I have are new varieties for this year. So this is Ruby Slippers Solomon Seal, and what I love about this is that it has these red stems which contrast beautifully. So Solomon Seal is a much loved shade perennial. It grows in dry shade, super easy and hardy. It has these scented bell-shaped flowers and that beautiful structure. So here you're just adding that contrasting color.
It just keeps that structure all summer long too. Some perennials fade over the season, and that one's really, Solomon Seal's a really good one.
Absolutely. And then lastly, one of our new hostas for this year is called Wiggles and Squiggles. It's an improved form of the very popular curly fries. So this is a good choice for in the sun and for at the front of a border because it's nice and dwarf, but it really pops, has a beautiful color. So another good choice also for containers if you wanted to use it for that purpose, because it's going to contrast in color and in texture. So love that.
Absolutely beautiful. So we know that it's too early to plant outside, of course. We're in the warmth of the perennial greenhouse. You can certainly shop here with safety. We have aisles all marked, and we're, you know, make sure that you're distancing. But if you're coming in, if you're looking for rare varieties, you might want to give Joe a call first, or just email him, Joe at greenlandgarden.com, or perennials at greenlandgarden.com.
That's right. Yeah.
Because a lot of our varieties do sell quickly. So Joe, it was great to have a little bit of a snippet of this, and we're so looking forward to being able to plant this stuff out maybe in a few weeks.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Joe.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for joining us for our first spring 2021 virtual cocktail party. I don't know if any of you have had a chance to refill during the cocktail party. I'm still nursing my mojito, and it's absolutely delicious. Thanks again very much, and enjoy your weekend.